Hey, what's going on, guys? It's Really People here, coming to you with another Legends of Runeterra video. I know you hear my son in the background. Yo, he gonna be yelling and screaming this whole video. So there's gonna be a deck tech today. There's a deck that I've been playing on ladder, and I don't see anybody talking about it, making any videos about it. So I gotta be that guy. So today we're gonna talk about GangPlank TF. First of all, I gotta give some props to Duckling, because he's the person that I originally got the deck from on Masters ladder. I was like, usually I just skim through some of the decks that some of the Masters players are playing, and you know, he was playing this deck. I edited a few cards, changed up a few, made a few modifications, and you know, it's pretty much the same concept, but it's spiced up for me to be able to play it on ladder. So I've been enjoying it. It's pretty cool. So I'm gonna make a deck tech out of it today. Also, after I talk about all the cards, there's gonna be some gameplay with me playing this exact deck. So if you want to see that, I will leave the links down below. Also, we gotta do the YouTube stuff, so guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for this video. And don't forget to share the video with at least one person. Also, if anybody wants me to make any decks, I mean, not that I'm running out of ideas, but if people comment any kind of decks that they want me to try or they want me to make videos about, you can comment that down below. Alright, enough of that. Let's get into the deck tech. So this is the deck. I'm gonna show you guys right now. This right here is the GangPlank TF deck that I've been working on. So like I said, the original idea came from Duckling, but I spiced it up a little bit. So let's get into the cards. So first card is a 1-mana Jagged Butcher. It's a 2/2. It has plunder. The plunder effect. I don't know why I couldn't say that. The plunder effect grants it +1/+1. AKA, if you do damage before you summon him, he is a 3/3. Usually, you don't get the 3/3, but sometimes it's pretty good. Next card, Parlay. It's a slow speed spell. It's 1 mana. It deals 1 to anything, and if it kills the card that you do the 1 mana to, then it deals 1 to the enemy nexus. AKA, this is a plunder trigger. That's all this card is. I mean, sometimes it can you can kill a 1-drop for free on turn 1, but most times what you want to do with this is you want to trigger plunder. So alright, also, I'm sorry. I'm getting a little ahead of myself. I didn't even tell you guys the win condition. So, win condition of the deck: level up GangPlank and kill them. I'm so serious. That is the game plan. You are literally gonna play GangPlank on curve on 5, already leveled up, and you're gonna kill them. I'm so serious. And if not, you got my girl Rune Runner coming in hot to end the game as well. So those are the 2 win conditions. Also, double up is kind of spicy because you can catch people off guard doing basically decimate damage at fast speed. And then also with some of the keg synergy, you can do more than 4 damage, sometimes 5 damage, and usually that closes out the game. But all right, let's get back into the deck. So this card is a Treasure Seeker. It's a 1 mana 2/1. What it does is, when it's summoned, it gives you a Waking Sands in hand, which what Waking Sands is a 2 mana slow speed spell. It summons a stone. Oh my god, why can't I? I don't know why I'm literally saying this. A Sandstone Charger to the field. That's what it does. It's a 5/2 ephemeral 2-cost unit. So basically what this does is, usually what you do, you usually want to mulligan for either Treasure Seeker or Jagged Butcher. depending on the matchup. And this pretty much gets you through the early game. That's pretty much what this card does. So next card is a 2 mana 2/2. This card recently got buffed. Name of this card is Black Market Merchant, right? So what this card is, when you draw an enemy card, it reduces its cost by 1, right? And also, when you play it, it has plunder, and its plunder effect is to nab 1 card from your opponent's deck. So, point of this card is to basically steal your opponent's cards. I don't know what else to say, guys. Like, this card is busted. this card is busted. Let's be honest. This card is busted. So another win condition of this deck, which a lot of people don't usually right away see, is that sometimes you can just level up TF. You just level them up. Like, you do weird things with Rune's Path, drawing you a card. You got Preservation, and then you got Black Market Merchant to also draw you more cards, and also Zap Spray Fin as well. So sometimes you just level TF. You just win. Like, sometimes the opponent cannot deal with it, and you just level TF and you just win the game. It happens. It has definitely happened to me a few games where sometimes my opponent cannot deal with TF and I just level him. All right, next card. This is another all-star of the deck, Dreadway Deckhand. So what this card does, it's a 2 mana 2/2, and what it does is when I'm summoned, it summons a powder keg, and powder kegs is basically your main board clear. That's pretty much what this card facilitates. So all right, I think this card is pretty self-explanatory. Next card, Make It Rain. So this card also recently got buffed. What this card does is it's a 2 mana fast speed spell. Excuse me, 2 mana fast speed spell. It deals 1 damage 3 times among different random targeted enemies and the enemy nexus, right? AKA what this card does is it targets 3 targets, including the enemy nexus, and does 1 damage to it. But if you have kegs on board, it can do more than 2 damage. I mean, it can do more than 1 damage. Sometimes it does 2 damage. Sometimes it does 3 damage, depending on how many kegs you have on board. It can be really strong. It can be really freaking strong. It can really catch your opponent off guard, and you can do a lot more damage than they expected. That's what this card is here for. Like, honestly, it is a RNG factor card, honestly. I mean, sometimes you hit the perfect targets that you were gonna hit anyways, but most times this card is a very RNG status. Like, you will get some really good hits and you'll be like, okay, all right, I'm with it. All right, next card, Preservarium. Like I said before, this is a 2 mana landmark. What it does is when I'm summoned, it draws a card. It has countdown 2, and it also draws a card. So AKA this is 2 mana, draw 2 cards over 2 turns. Pretty good. I think that card is self-explanatory. All right, next card, Rockhopper. When I'm summoned, it summons a Rolling Sands. What Rolling Sand does, when an enemy is summoned, you destroy it and grant that enemy vulnerable. AKA, you summon this on turn 2, whatever card your opponent summons, this card is finna trade into it. Or sometimes Treasure Seeker will trade into it, and then you'll get 3 damage off. So card is pretty good, and then you'll be able to proc Rune's Path. Like, it's pretty good. All right, next card, Rune's Path. Like I was just talking about, it's a 2 mana slow speed spell. You draw a card. That's just, you just draw a card when you activate it. By the way, you do not need to slay a card to draw a card. So at the worst, this is 2 mana, draw 1 card. I think that's still pretty okay. That's not the best thing. It's also not the worst thing. 2 mana, draw 1 card. That's okay. But it also has another effect that if you slay the unit this round, you draw 2 cards, No, I'm sorry, not draw 2 cards. I'm wilding out. I'm sorry. I was just reading something else. It has, if you slain a unit this round, you drain 2 from the enemy nexus. I think that's pretty good. For 2 mana, it literally gives you so much optimization. It does a lot more. It does a lot of extra damage, and this card is really strong. Honestly, I think this whole yellow region, Shurima, yeah, pretty good reason. Because then we're gonna get into this card. Oh my gosh, she's the star. She's always finding a gift for Renekton. We got Merciless Hunter. Broken ass card. This card is busted. So it's a 3 mana 4/3 with Fearsome, by the way. Play, grant an enemy vulnerable. Bro, what more do I have to say? This card is busted. This card is busted. This card is broken. I don't know how this card is still 4/3, honestly. But hey, we're gonna abuse it. We're gonna use it. We're gonna get to Masters. Let's get it. All right, next card, TF. Obviously, we have to have TF in this deck. Honestly, he's good with kegs. He's a very jack of all trades champion. He does a lot. He adds a lot of different things to the deck. You know, it wouldn't be a GangPlank TF deck without TF. Let's be honest. All right, next card. Zap Sprayfin. I feel like anytime you play TF, you're usually playing a pair of Zap Sprayfins. Usually because this literally just draws you a free card, honestly. It helps you with level up for TF. And also, you usually want to make your deck around a, like, say for instance, because Zap Sprayfin, I'm sorry, I didn't even read his effect. So what his effect is, he's a 4 mana 2/2, elusive. He also has a tune. When he's summoned, he draws you a spell that costs 3 or less from your deck. So what I was saying was that usually you want to make your deck like around specific spells for Zap Sprayfin to draw you. So in this deck specifically, is usually Make It Rain or Parlay, aka Plunder triggers. That's usually what you want to do, because the point of this whole deck is to get GangPlank, play him on 5, and he's leveled. That's literally the whole point of this deck. Alright, next card, Double Up. This card is literally Decimate at fast speed. Like, honestly, we're only playing one of it because we don't want to brick. It's a 5 mana. It's a 5 mana fast speed spell, but it can brick because you do have to do the 2 damage to do the 4 damage. So it can brick sometimes, but it is sometimes it will catch people off guard. They will think they're safe. You're not safe from me, buddy. 4 damage to face. How about that? Alright, next card. GangPlank. Obviously, this couldn't be a TF GangPlank deck without GangPlank. So he is a win condition, and the last card is Rune Runner. This card is pretty strong. Everybody knows her. She is one of the stars of this meta. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, Spell Shield is broken. Overwhelm has always been broken. And they slapped it on one card. They were like, yeah, let's print it. So she has to be in this deck. Like, she literally has to be in this deck, bro. Like, she doesn't have a choice. She has to be in this deck. She has to be a 3-0. Like, this deck, honestly, this deck is really good though. Honestly, I've done a little bit of climbing. I've done more than just a little bit. I've done a pretty significant amount of climbing with this deck. I find pretty much through gold and into middle of plat with this deck. It is a really spicy deck. Most people don't really see weird things like Double Up coming or like Parlay. They'll play a lot of 1-drops and be like, oh, I didn't know you play Parlay. Like, you'll just catch them off guard. Or sometimes Deckhand with Make It Rain will just win you the early game and then you just push through damage. Like, this deck has a lot of weird, not weird, but like this deck has a lot of combo potential, and I think decks like this shouldn't be slept on. But alright, so that's the deck. Guys, we're gonna get into the gameplay after this. So like I said in the beginning, Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And see you in the gameplay. Alright, peace out, guys. He wasn't dead. Wait, was he at 3 or 2? He was at 4, actually. Nah, he wasn't dead. He wasn't dead. Nah, he wasn't dead there. Alright, new game. Oh, we get this black market merchant. Do you want jacket? Nah, we're taking this. Oh, that's spicy. I'll definitely take that. Shut down. TF is pretty good. Usually pretty good. Nice to me. So that make it rain made the game, like honestly. So he's gonna level here. There's not much we can do about that. Nah, there's not much we can do about him leveling. We could do that, but like it doesn't really change much. Just think about this. No, it doesn't really change much. We just pass here. Let's see what he's gonna do, and then we just TF. Sure. Oh, shit. Ooh. This is even better. Red card is disgusting here. Like, red card is nasty as fuck. Red card is really nasty here. Boom! Gladly take that. Easy clock. Oh, alright guys. So that's the GangPlank TF deck. You guys are gonna see a win and a loss, but pretty much that's how you play the deck. I'm sorry I was really quiet. But that's pretty much the deck. Any questions, just leave the comments down below. And like I said earlier in the intro, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, guys. I appreciate everybody that does it, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.